First, we finna react to this, bro. Is a 9 to 5 work? It's a 9 to 5 harder than streaming, bro. Is a 9 to 5 harder than streaming? I'm gonna keep it a buck. I already got my answer. Well, it depends on the 9 to 5 too. Cause I ain't gonna lie, some 9 to 5s, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. You don't do shit. Like my security job, nigga, I didn't do nothing. I just sat there for 8 hours, watched shit, and then got paid. So yeah, that shit was easy. I'm not gonna lie. I was getting free money at that hoe. So some 9 to 5s, I ain't gonna lie, it's free money. But the hardest, like the most 9 to 5s are not like that. So I would say the average 9 to 5, in my opinion, is harder than streaming. Cause even streaming, it can get hard, but if you just a desktop streamer and you don't go outside or nothing, bro, this shit can be basically money laundering, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You can just sit there, especially if you a female, bro, and you got them gooners in your chat, bro. You can literally just sit there in a shirt that's revealing and do nothing and get paid all day. That to me is just, that's money laundering, bro. That's a scam, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah. But when they be doing them IRLs or like if you Kai level and doing them events like that, that shit is hard. In my opinion, it's hard for different reasons, bro. 9 to 5 is like physically hard. Streaming is more mentally hard, bro. Cause it's like there's no guarantee with this shit. You know what I mean? You don't know how much money you gonna make. The money go up and down. It depends on how popping you is. And you could just fall off and now you stuck. So I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's ups and downs. I'm really interested to see what they gonna say, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk? Can I talk? Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen,
Your job is
chill.
You would have to go to work.
Went to school.
But they gonna be trolling.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice.
You're high. You're hungover.
Credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare
I
time.
don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
Let's see, chat. This is a good one. This is a good one. Cause my opinion, bro. And then the thing about streaming, bro. Like I can speak on it for real about streaming right now, cause I ain't working right now. This shit is not like, I don't stress about this shit though, cause maybe I'm not on that level yet. But I could see myself doing this for like the rest of my life, bro. All you gotta do is have a schedule, bro, and you good. That's the hardest part, making a schedule and making, like, doing trending shit. That's the thing, too, getting the views, bro. This shit finna get good.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Okay. All right, so my argument here is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5. Facts.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is, you're right. You get up every day, you go through the.
What happens when your
I need
motivation
to get
meets
ab.
innovation?
DREBOI, you gonna blow this stream
You
so you
get a
keep your
wellness
head down and
routine
keep working.
that's
Facts.
with
Appreciate
features.
you, Cam.
Emotions. You don't have to get
Real
up
nigga, man. Real nigga.
You don't have to be locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties,
Nah.
maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never turns off.
That's a thing too about why I ain't gonna lie. I can see the argument. Cause some people say it's not even an argument. In my opinion, it is. Least with the 9 to 5, bro, you have certain days you're off. You know what I mean? My old job, I only had Sundays off. But at least I had that day off where I didn't have to do nothing. I didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? Streaming, you can't turn it off. It's like he said, it's 24/7. Like, if this is your job of streaming, bro, there's no turning it off. Because you can get content anywhere. You can make connections anywhere. Somebody, an agent could call you at 10 p.m. at night. Hey, you want to do a collab with my dude tomorrow? And we're going to do this. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be on your shit. So, I ain't going to lie. It's mental. That's the mentally part, though. That's that mentally part, bro. I'm not going to lie. That's what
I'm a mail carrier, and I'm going to tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to deal with thousands, tens of thousands of people critiquing every little thing we do, every decision we make, every thought we have.
You guys got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have to go.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. And then they don't realize too, I ain't gonna lie, it sounds like I'm defending the streaming, but I'm not. The 9 to 5 people think streaming is just easy because what they see. No, bro. You gotta build it up to get to that level. Like, the level they at, bro, yes, it is easy. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But you got to think of what it took to get to that level, bro. Like the grinding, the posting. Like, I'm lucky I'm not working right now. I got money saved. I'm good. But them niggas was working and then getting off of work and then doing this shit. Like, I couldn't imagine doing that, bro. I got to have free time, bro. I love my free time. So it's like, I got to have set time up to do this shit. I'm not going to lie.
Sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
And then about the critiquing, I could take critiquing. I'm not going to lie. Like, if I blow up, when I blow up off this streaming shit, niggas can talk all they shit they want. I'm the type of nigga, I'm going to talk shit back, or it ain't going to get to me because at the end of the day, you watching me. You getting me paid. Your view is getting me money. So why would I care? I'm going to entertain it. Like, in my comments, if you saying some whole shit, I'm going to reply to it so you can reply to me and we can keep going back and forth. And that's just building my comments up and making it seem like my comments jumping. You know what I mean? So it's like, no matter what, if they hating, bro, they helping you, bro.
You got it gravy, bro.
I'm going to tell you right now, streaming harder than 9 to 5. Only harder if you got kids in your own spot. Facts. The 9 to 5 get hard, bro, when you just got a lot of bills, bro. And the thing, and then it depends on the 9 to 5, because, bro, like I said, my security 9 to 5, bro, I didn't do shit, bro. And I was getting paid like $780 a week. Didn't do nothing. That was just literally free money they was giving me. And I was off on the weekends. So I had it made. I would say streaming is way harder than that. But my other job when I was a mechanic, that shit was kind of harder than streaming. I'm going to keep it a buck. Like physically, that shit, I don't think none of them niggas can do that. I'm not going to lie. Waking up early in the morning and not getting off until the afternoon. They saying 9 to 5, but it should really be 5 to 5. Really?
Next trend. What's the next idea? Oh my God, I have to stream today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass every day.
And you have lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
Nah, he capping. Y'all do got breaks. Nah, don't start capping, bro. Like, right now, I'm streaming. This is technically a break. I'm sitting on my ass. I'm talking to y'all. Like, when they behind the desktop, this is their break, bro. You're not doing shit. Like, come on, bro.
You got high energy, 24/7.
I wish I could be at home like you and get back and get paid big money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around. We're walking around doing things, going to parties, doing all this stuff.
I got to slave just for not even $100,000 a year. I got to work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a steady rate.
You're not guaranteed?
I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed pay.
Guaranteed pay if you work.
No, I don't.
I see what they saying on that, the guaranteed pay. The thing about the guaranteed pay, that is a good point. I'm going to keep it a buck. The thing about the streaming, bro, they don't know how much they going to get paid. They don't know. You might not even get paid. Your shit might get copyrighted or something. You don't get paid. But 9 to 5, you're guaranteed pay, but it don't be worth it 9 times out of 10. I'm not going to lie. I never worked a job where I felt like I was like, okay, when I'm working, well, the security job, I'm going to keep it a buck. I wasn't doing shit. I'm going to keep it a buck. I wasn't doing shit at the security job. But I don't know. Some jobs, bro, like when you actually do shit, I don't be thinking the pay worth it. It's just, hey, I'm getting paid. I need the money.
Your decision if you don't want to work.
I got to work at the job for years.
If I don't go live, I don't get paid either.
We don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is bullshit. We don't like this video.
He trolling now. He trolling.
You have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F this 9 to 5 shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
That's another thing too. Okay. This is why I would say the 9 to 5 harder, because I can ask you the same question. If the 9 to 5 is easier, why aren't you doing a 9 to 5? Why you chose to do streaming over the 9 to 5 if the 9 to 5 easier? It's not because it's easier. It's just because, bro, the thing about streaming, no matter what, at the end of the day, you're getting paid to basically do nothing at the end of the day. You're not really doing nothing, bro. Like, he talking about, oh, we got to go out. Bro, you're going to go out anyways. The only difference now is a camera. And like everybody, when it's a camera, you're going to act a little different. So it's not like you're trying to do something. It's coming natural. They making it seem harder than it is, bro. Because let's say I go IRL, bro, and that's their main argument. Going IRL is that's what makes it hard. All you're doing in IRL is you're hanging out with your guys, but you got a camera now, bro. So you know what I mean? You might be doing shit you wouldn't do if the camera wasn't there, but the camera's there. So, you know, it's like, bro, I dropped my joint. I don't know what I did with that hoe. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I get the argument. I see both sides, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I see both sides. But if you would ask anybody in that room, look, I'm gonna break the argument right here. I see both sides, but if you ask anybody in that room, what would you rather do and get paid? If you was gonna get paid $1,000 at the end of the month, no matter what you did, what would you rather do? The 9 to 5 or would you stream? Everybody gonna pick stream because streaming is easier. If we was both getting paid the same amount, you would pick streaming because it's easier. So therefore, I ain't gonna lie, streaming is easier than the 9 to 5, bro. It is. They both hard though. Just because I say it's easier, they don't make it easy. They're both hard, but they both got, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna lean towards streaming, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna lean towards streaming. Bro, I don't know how to deal with my joint. Oh no. Oh no. Chad, I don't know what I do with my. Fuck it. Might have to roll another one. That was gonna pop up. But yeah, bro. It's I ain't gonna lie, streaming is easier, bro.
Oh, so what? I can call fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat, whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's a homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy, you right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go out there and get that bag.
They both sides
So
really not
what's the
making good arguments. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Gorgeous.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing flags.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day, too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up and asking for a picture. Do you know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. The streamers, they didn't pick the right streamers in my opinion. FaZe, them niggas are trolls. I don't know if they're taking this shit serious or not. But they're not making good arguments, bro. Like, I get it. Them things are hard, bro. That's hard. Getting asked for pictures. But listen to what you're saying, bro. That is the hardest part about your job, getting asked for pictures. Think about that for a second. Like,
I think this is going to last.
these are not good arguments.
Forever,
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's gonna last forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why
cook,
you gotta
you
grind.
have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you
That's the thing, bro. Old head on their ass. I ain't gonna lie. Old head is on. She winning to me, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. They biggest argument streaming got is the fucking is not secure. Like the payment, like your pay is never like secure. You never know. This shit can't end all tomorrow, and you don't know how much money you making because it depends. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of moving parts that comes with it that we probably don't see. But at the end of the day, it's still gonna be in the thousands, bro. You know what I mean?
all of a sudden you lost all your followers.
Like you could pay me if you pay me a month, bro, $1,000 to stream a month, bro. I wouldn't be complaining. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I wouldn't be.
What would
And
you
I know
do?
there's not a lot.
I know
of
what he'll
money.
do. Get a
No, I'm asking
trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would
Job.
you do if you lost completely all your YouTubers? You had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually have to go to work. Oh my God, did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go.
No,
Sit
fuck.
down, sit in front of studio lights and read.
They losing me, bro. No. Then why don't you work a 9 to 5? To me, a 9 to 5 is hard and nobody wants to do that shit. That's why you do something like streaming. That's why you become an actor or something. You know what I mean? Like, And we saying 9 to 5, bro. That's
Chat,
come
be
on, bro.
interactive
But
and
no,
stuff.
he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever.
you're-
He would have to turn
Yeah, but
around.
you're proving my point.
You would have
You're
to
proving
turn
my
around.
point. You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired.
You can still. Why do he think you can't just lose your job like that? Nigga, that's the same thing. You can lose your job tomorrow with some of these jobs too. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Especially, I'm using an example like maintenance jobs, bro. Like working on cars and shit. You fuck up somebody's car, that's your ass, bro. And that's one fuck up. Most companies, bro, you fuck up somebody's car, that's your ass. And that's just like doing some simple like, oh, I didn't tighten this bolt all the way, so it disconnected and fucked up the whole. You know what I mean? Like, you can lose your job like that, bro. And that's a job you don't even want, bro. That's a 9 to 5, my nigga. Hey, nigga, for the stream, you doing a chair
lined up. You
job.
can go cook over here.
That's
cook
what I'm
over
saying.
there.
A nigga for Lacey, his name, bro, he not selling as good. I'm not gonna lie. He not, and I was kind of rooting for the streamers. Like, I'm like kind of was leaning towards it, but nah, bro. If your hardest part about your job is taking pictures with fans and people talking about you, bro, and your money's not guaranteed. And bro, the thing about that, some 9 to 5s, your money not guaranteed too. I worked a commission job. That's not guaranteed. If nobody's coming to that hole, like it be weeks where it's just dead that whole week. I'm not getting paid. So there's some 9 to 5s where it's just like streaming, it's commission based. To where if you're not working, you're not getting paid. The lowest I probably ever got paid at that job was like $300 a week. And that's nothing, bro. Think about that for a second. This is their main argument. Their argument is the streaming shit, the money's not guaranteed. Some jobs and most jobs, like mechanics, for example, it's like that too. If they're not coming, if you're not working on cars, you're not getting paid. Think about that for a second. I would rather do streaming. 9 to 5 is harder, bro. So you telling me I gotta wake up early in the morning and slave the whole day, and if not a lot of people came, I'm not getting paid that good? Rather than streaming, at least that when I did work, I was doing shit like this. I'm behind the desk. I'm walking around, going places. If I didn't get paid that good that month, hey, I didn't even work that hard that month. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's 9 to 5 all the way.
You could be a private chef, exactly.
Yo, Melly,
I was a cook in this
Malachi, what's up with you, man? Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
school system. I
It's
cooked
9 to
all
5.
the
These
food.
niggas not arguing right for these
You
niggas,
still
bro.
cook. You go cook for another school.
You can tell, bro.
I
Just
think
one
I
of
saw a
the
flag
motherfuckers
right
who's
here.
doing work.
Flag.
I ain't gonna lie.
I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to back
Niggas-
yo, Lacey. This the truth.
Yeah, you can't tell who niggas who didn't work. I ain't gonna lie. They need to switch bro about the seat though. He getting ate up.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go.
Choosing where to complete your degree.
This
starts
nigga
with three
said,
things.
say if you get a brand deal, you gotta post it on the Instagram story. Nigga.
I gotta make sure, like I gotta make sure I get the 4 Loco can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work. That's what we have to do.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta.
Bro, niggas don't know the dark side of streaming. I ain't gonna lie. I was arguing with streamers. I was low-key leaning towards streaming because it's mentally harder, bro. Like, you got worried about shit going viral. You got to worry about, you know what I'm saying, the money not guaranteed. But you got to think, most jobs, bro, the money not guaranteed either. It's commission related.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name.
And look at the arguments they bring. They say you got to take pictures with fans. You got to post ads, bro. Like, okay, I'm sponsoring this phone. All I got to do is fake love this phone, bro. That shit not hard. I'm not going to lie. That shit, it's not that hard.
I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Oh, and she a nurse. She a nurse. Not to mention if you do a job like that, bro. Not to mention.
5 years ago.
It's the mental.
I
Yeah,
decided
it's
to
just
go to
mental,
nursing
bro.
school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism back in the 60s and the
Yep.
50s. People didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business.
Yep.
So, yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
That's what
I
I'm
had to
saying. They
support my
saying 9 to
brother.
5,
You get
but bro.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever
You
done it?
get spoiled. You get spoiled, and your mama and daddy keep
Rhonda,
giving it to you.
Rhonda,
Because
I got a
did it.
question for Rhonda.
I
got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Okay.
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30
Deadass.
days straight,
24
hours a day.
Day and night. No break.
We
They trying to make this shit seem hard, but when they talking about 24 hours, bro, they talking about what I'm doing right now. They did this for 24 hours. This shit is not hard. You were gonna do it anyways. Like streaming this shit, you was gonna hop on the game anyways. You was gonna chill with your niggas anyways. All you doing now is just the camera. You pressing record. So let's not act like this shit just hard, bro. Like a subathon, yeah, mentally and planning, that shit is gonna be hard as fuck. But the actual doing the part, like the doing, come on, bro. It's 24 hours, but you not doing. Nigga, half the hours these niggas be getting paid to sleep. These niggas be going in their bed and sleeping, bro.
You're talking
bro,
about
come on, bro.
7 to 3.
Come, they lucky I wasn't in that
You
chair,
get to
bro.
go home afterwards.
Hey, bro,
see
get
your
bro.
family, relax. We were on camera 30 days
Cam,
straight.
that's
no
exactly
person
what he's
was
doing, bro. This nigga trying to compare streamer work hours to labor work hours. Like, you say you work your job 24 hours straight, niggas be like, nigga, what? You're insane. What the fuck, nigga? But when you say 24 hours stream, bro, I'm like, okay. You just kept recording longer, bro. I could do a 24-hour right now. And I was going to do the same shit I was going to do without the camera. I'm just going to keep it recording now. That's the only difference. Those are it's labor hours and it's stream hours, bro. That ain't nothing, bro. That ain't nothing, bro.
You clean, boo-boo.
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
never ran a 3-minute ad?
They trolling. I ain't gonna lie, they trolling.
The fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now
It's fake
think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine every little person, we call them parasocials. They judge your relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without.
That goes to mentally, bro.
I got caught with my ex,
mentally,
and I
bro.
got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
Bro, those are mental. She's finna say those are mental things, though, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That ain't nothing to the physical shit you gotta go through at work. And the mental. With 9 to 5, you gotta go through the mental and the physical shit. That's the thing, too.
When you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you.
Yes, bro.
Do you.
That's just mentally,
and
bro.
That's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think. Social media, what
He's
they
selling.
say about
He's
you.
selling for the streamers.
That's our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands. You're saving one.
They're trolling. I've been falling for it. They're rage baiting. They're trolling. You gotta know who these niggas are. Them phase niggas, they be trolling. That kind of just confirmed it for me. They not for real, bro, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. They not for real. Cause come on, bro. Open heart surgery or 24-hour stream, bro. Come on, bro. That's not even a debate. That's not even a thought, bro. Which one is harder? Come on, bro. And the funny thing is, you probably gonna get paid more depending on the streamer for doing that 24 hours than the open heart surgery. That's the crazy part, bro. That's the kind of part that's like, damn, bro. That's why you gotta do streaming, because, bro, it's too much money in this shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, at this shit, bro, we all in like a pyramid money scheme. Like, we scamming, bro, because this nigga had to go 8 years to school, fucking probably 10 years of work to even lead up into that open heart surgery just to make a quarter what you gonna make doing a 24-hour, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's insane.
All right, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your editors, your producers.
And not to mention, I'm thinking of it it's hard to debate which one harder as a 9 to 5 and a big streamer, because I ain't gonna lie, the big streamers, they got it so easy, bro. It gets to a point they're not even trying and they gonna make money. I'm thinking of like the mid-tier streamers, like the low, trying to get to that level. So when I think of this, bro, I ain't thinking of the streamer gonna have help, because I ain't gonna lie, he is right. These niggas got help. They're planning everything for the subathon. All the streamer got to do is show up and entertain.
All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
Go.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
Game of Thrones, King's
That's
Road
not a good
is now
point.
available on both PC.
That doesn't make sense. It still don't mean it's easier. It still don't mean
I
it's
would even
easier.
go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9 to 5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a
Why
year.
is she laughing? Bro, she's making me mad.
I actually feel like they're wrong.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. The 9 to 5 niggas ruining it. Cause I feel like these streaming niggas trolling. Like this nigga average 23,000 viewers per stream, bro. When you got that many niggas coming in your shit, at that point you ain't gotta do that much, bro. You ain't gotta do that much.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it
Talk
easier
about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah,
guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
So you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker,
Okay.
working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas, you have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
Yeah,
we're talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to
that's
start with
one
though?
way that
But it
it's
doesn't
easier.
make. But
Well,
you're not
you
even.
started with
You're not
pay.
even. You keep switching it. So why don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
Yeah, you 100% are.
I'm not getting that argument. I get, cause I'm looking at it from the eyes of they doing like the most basic 9 to 5, like fucking working at McDonald's. I'm talking about a real job, like mechanical. Like I'm thinking it from mechanical eyes, bro. Cause my pay wasn't guaranteed, bro. And I was working 5 to 5s, bro. Fucking 9 to 5, 5 to 5s, bro. So imagine waking up that early a week straight and you open your paycheck to like $300, bro. That would feel so defeated rather than me streaming and I didn't have a good month and I'm like, that month wasn't that good. It wouldn't hurt that bad because I'm like, this shit not really that hard though, so fuck it. I gotta come hard the next month. Rather than that week where you didn't have a good week, bro. And you like, fuck, I didn't woke up that early, wasting my days for this. Like,
So how is it harder?
And then I value my free time. Like some niggas like me, I just value my free time, bro. And I feel like with streaming, bro, you got a lot of free time. Even though you technically working, you still like, I don't know, you can have
You're
fun with
guaranteed
it,
to
bro.
pay. I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what
Stuff
is
that
difficult.
you need creativity. You need to get out of your circle, comfort zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube.
Much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people that you're entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this
yeah,
is entertainment.
Entertainment
But
as
my
a
question
job
to
doesn't
you
have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully, you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best example, is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
In the
there's
sense of
hard
everyday
physically,
activity. Because
there's
some
hard-
people around here said, oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you
Nah, they do, but they don't, bro. Bro look like Neon.
deal with
this nigga
yourself.
right here.
No, we deal with millions
when
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your
The only thing he keep bringing up is the 9 to 5. We just got the fucking guaranteed pay. That's the only thing he could say. But I could name a million reasons why streaming y'all got it easy, bro. Easier. I ain't gonna say easy. When you hear easy, you just think your shit easy. Both of these are hard. But if you ask anybody in this room, if the pay amount was the same for both of these jobs, if you was gonna get paid the same, what would you rather do? Everybody gonna say stream because it's easier. You know what I mean?
phone.
So come on, bro.
You're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happened to
An old head look like Albert.
And you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your coworkers and interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number of hours that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that.
No. Let me hear me out. Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
Seeing a lot of flags.
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. I know. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful.
That's what I'm saying too. Like, the only argument they got is the mentally. We got the 9 to 5, got the mentally and the physical aspect you got to worry about, bro. Like she said, you be getting off of work, bro. You don't want to do nothing. And you're at work more than you're at home with your family, bro. And you really ain't got a choice because to support and keep the roof over your head, you got to go, bro. It's a 9 to 5, bro. It ain't even a
girlfriend
debate.
That
I at least thought it was going to be a little closer, bro.
But if I didn't, I would
Imagine
have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect. And I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long
berated.
have you been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel.
Exactly, bro. Like, their content, their job is really them bullshitting and relaxing and chilling and having fun. It's just a camera. That's why when he say, oh, we got to put in 24 hours. Let's see the 24 hours. This is the 24 hours. Me behind the desk on my phone or me going to the club or going out with a camera, bro. That's the 24 hours. Some shit you would have done without the camera, like some normal ass shit. That's why I say, bro, the shit is easier. Your job is to have fun in front of other people, bro. At the end of the day, if you want to put it into basic terms, your job is to have fun and entertain in front of other people. My job is to get under this car, mess with this car, or whatever, work on this patient. If the patient if I don't do it right, the patient dies. And I'm doing it for a quarter of what you're doing it for. So your job is easier. It's just easy. You got it made, bro. But it's hard, but you got it made.
You say a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple. So you were saying like to go back to the beginning. You were saying like you can manage like your time with like.
Look, he getting hot. He low key getting hot, bro. Whatchamacallit, bro in the back. He getting hot, but bro, they making good points. You saying there's no relaxation, bro? Matter of fact, let's see what they doing right now. Let's see what they doing right now, bro. Let's see what they doing right now. This is what they're streaming, and I don't know what they streaming. They can actually be doing some shit. I don't even know if they streaming right now. Let's see if one of them niggas. Okay, this is one of the niggas that was in that hoe.
That's what you need.
Ah, that nigga gave me an ad. But this is him working. Y'all see this little corner, bro?
Oh, the haircut shop.
Look.
I'm pretty sure he's like getting a haircut between like 2 and 4 p.m.
LeBron's getting a
This is him working. He's at a convention.
Where's that at?
A hair shop. Literally like right here.
Like, this is not hard. If he do this for 24 hours, this wasn't a hard day. You're relaxing right now, bro.
Wow.
One of one.
Wow.
I know it's stressful. These people behind you want your picture, but bro, come on, bro.
10 bands maybe? 10 maybe? I don't know.
Come on, bro.
All right, I'm going to the shop.
By the way, yeah, you look good.
Come on, bro. He said this is the hardest part. What he doing right now? Taking pictures and shit. Come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That ain't it, bro. That that ain't shit.
Social media, just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was
streaming only gets so much hard when you reach like DDG or COD level.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford.
That's why, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Here's my plan, bro. I don't want to get that big. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Cause Kai them, bro, he's to a point. He's like our Carly level, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He's to the point where he's got to keep going bigger and bigger and bigger, bro. And it's like you got to create. You got to think of what to do. Like streaming university, that's a crazy idea. And to pull that off, bro, all the shit that come with that. Now, Kai streaming versus a regular 9 to 5, that shit's hard. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Cause like that nigga's at the top of it. But once you at like these niggas level or like the level where you averaging like 5K views a stream, you chilling, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And 5K will pay you probably like 10 to 15 bands, even more a month. And that's good. That's all. That's 100K a year. That's all you need. Nigga like me, that's all I need, bro. Once I start averaging like 5K to 10K, I'm chilling, bro. That's gonna be my niggas, and then hey, we chilling, bro.
Say, hey, I'm gonna go
I ain't gotta get
wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other opportunities.
You're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple. So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home, like.
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would have been able to do it without.
Example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down, right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off completely. About to myself. Real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9 to 5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system, I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19. For example. You said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent. Enough of a support system.
Mama, I love you, beautiful, beautiful grandma. But come on, mama. Just do all ball, mama. Just do all ball. Like the ball look would fit her too. Like, come on, mama. Not the no, mama.
System. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent.
Yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every month.
I was in the red every single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone across the country. So it's like when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
I don't like why she's laughing, bro.
Okay, so I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege?
It is.
But my mom. How's that privilege?
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to take 9 to 5s.
That's a whole different discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of people don't have families that support them or accept them.
But that's a whole different conversation. What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also.
He capping, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They lost me on this video. I thought it would be a little bit more of a debate, but the streamers are just losing, bro. They're not bringing up good points. Like, I feel like they should have got Kai for this. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Kai would have been Kai, yeah, this streamer nigga suck, bro. Kai would have been a better nigga for the streamer side, cause I was actually gonna see the streamers out. I was gonna lean towards the streamers a little bit, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. These points these niggas making up is not it, bro. Kai would have been a good one, cause that nigga's like at the top of it, and what he doing, that shit hard, bro. Like streamer university, bro. You know how much that goes into creating something like that. The idea is already crazy, but just to actually pull it off, bro. It's a lot of moving parts. Like, when you get to that level, now we got an argument. Now it's like, fuck, like, you got to do all that. And then you got to you gotta spend a lot of money to hopefully make more money than you spent. Cause it ain't guaranteed you gonna make more money than you spent. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, once you actually do that part, like the preparation is the hardest part, but actually doing the shit, fulfilling the shit, that shit kind of easy. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You just gotta be yourself. I thought these niggas gonna come with it, but they haven't, man. I ain't gonna lie. The workers work. I want to see what the comments say. You don't have chat spamming L. Rage. Yeah, they low-key rage baiting, bro. Yeah, this is rage bait. Yeah, I feel like them streamer niggas, they knew they was wrong, so all they was gonna do is troll. They was gonna rage bait. Lacey goat rage bait. FaZe just rage baiting old people. Oh, okay, yeah. So, see, that's what I said at the beginning. I could tell, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's what I said at the beginning. I could tell they started to troll because they knew, like, yeah, this 9 to 5 harder. So, fuck it. We gonna just keep fucking with these, like, getting them mad. So, yeah, they got me for a little bit, chat. They got me for a little bit. I seen FaZe adapt. Bro been doing YouTube since BO2. Streamer still clip farming. Like, I ain't gonna lie, all this shit is just clip farming, bro. Like, doing shit like you was gonna do anyways, bro. You just got a camera now, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck.